Hello, welcome to our channel. Please subscribe for more updates as we keep you updated with your favorite celebrities. When Chris Martin and Dakota Johnson first stepped into the public eye as a couple, they seemed like the perfect blend of worlds: a soulful musician and an effortlessly enigmatic actress, bound together by quiet affection and mutual respect. Their relationship, though kept mostly private, was the kind that fans couldn't help but root for. It wasn't loud or overly publicized, but rather, it had an understated charm, a love that thrived away from flashing cameras and celebrity gossip. Yet, as with many Hollywood romances, what once began with sparks has now seemingly faded into silence. For years, the Coldplay frontman and the 50 Shades star managed to keep their love story grounded despite their fame. They were rarely seen at public events together, but insiders often spoke of their deep connection. How Chris found in Dakota a sense of peace after years of public scrutiny following his split from Gwyneth Paltrow, and how Dakota admired Chris's emotional depth and artistic soul. The two appeared inseparable, sharing homes, vacations, and even blending families effortlessly. Dakota was often spotted cheering at Coldplay shows, while Chris was seen quietly supporting her film premieres from the sidelines. But whispers began circulating months ago, small, almost imperceptible signs that something had shifted. Their once frequent sightings dwindled. Friends noticed that Dakota was spending more time in Los Angeles while Chris was often overseas, either touring or in the studio. Those close to the pair spoke of different priorities, subtle emotional distance, and the difficulty of maintaining intimacy while constantly living on opposite schedules. Some insiders suggest that the relationship may have simply run its course, that their connection, while genuine, couldn't survive the pull of their individual worlds. Dakota, deeply immersed in her acting career and directorial ambitions, has been taking on more challenging roles and creative projects that demand her full focus. Meanwhile, Chris's dedication to Coldplay's global tours and humanitarian commitments left little room for stillness or for shared time away from the chaos of fame. There were also rumors that lifestyle differences played a role. Chris, known for his spiritual introspection and minimalist habits, lives a relatively quiet life centered around music and mindfulness. Dakota, though equally low-key, has a more artistic spontaneity, one that thrives on movement, collaboration, and creative freedom. Friends describe her as restless and evolving, always seeking new forms of expression. And perhaps, in that divergence, love met its silent undoing. Despite the end, sources close to both stars emphasize that there is no bad blood. Their split, they say, was handled with maturity and respect. There's no drama, just two people recognizing they're on different paths, one insider shared. Indeed, neither Chris nor Dakota has made a public statement, choosing instead to let the silence speak for itself. Still, fans can't help but feel a pang of sadness. In a world of fleeting celebrity hookups and public feuds, Chris and Dakota's love story felt refreshingly real, a reminder that even in Hollywood, some connections are built on sincerity rather than spectacle. Perhaps that's why their quiet separation feels heavier than most. It wasn't the explosion of a scandal, but the quiet fade of something beautiful. As both move forward, Chris likely pouring his emotions into new music, and Dakota continuing to redefine herself in film, there's a sense that their story isn't one of failure, but evolution. Love, after all, isn't always meant to last forever. Sometimes it's meant to teach, to heal, and to leave both people better than before. From sparks to silence, theirs was a romance that illuminated what love can be: genuine, private, and deeply human. And though the chapter has closed, its echoes will likely linger in the melodies Chris writes, in the roles Dakota embodies, and in the quiet hearts of those who still believe in love that speaks softly but leaves a lasting mark.